Alright, hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a look at my newly completed SS Cufic and SS Runic, a pair of livestock carriers built for the White Star Line by Rilhon and Wolf in 1888 and 1889 respectively. So yeah, let's go through them here. For once I've actually not torn them with their sails up. They were some of the last ships built for the White Star Line with actual these square rigged sails here in the front, but these were removed quite shortly after the introduction, I believe a few years after. I think the Delphic of a few years after this was the final one that ever had square rigged sails for the company. But yeah, I'm touring them without them just so you can see a little bit better, because the sails do take up quite a bit of space. You can't really see them that well, but yeah, let's get right into it. So we'll begin with the Cufic here. She was launched in 1888. She was named for the Cufic script, a style of Arabic script used to transcribe the Quran, and of course after the city of Kufa in Iraq. She was a cattle steamer alongside her sister Runic and served for several companies during her career. She was renamed to Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe, that's very American pronunciation, in 1896, and again to the Manxman in 1901. In 1919 she sank in the North Atlantic during a storm, and 40 of the 59 people aboard died. So that's the brief history of the Cufic. I wanted to try and include some history for these ships as well in this tour, so you guys can learn a bit more, and yeah, there's plenty more information to learn. So let's get right into it. They are identical. So I'm just gonna go through Cufic here, and yeah, you've seen both ships basically. The only difference is the lifeboat plaques, as always, for these sister ships. Yeah, so these were the first ships built with these white painted forecastle decks, as you can see here. That's perhaps the most iconic in use on Titanic and Olympic and the Olympic class. But yeah, this was removed on the next batch of livestock carriers, the Nomadic and Tauric, because I believe they needed more space on deck, as well as the fact that it got flooded, I'm pretty sure as well, or like it would get very wet, the deck. As you can see, the hull is very low in the water, or not the hull, sorry, the freeboard, it's not very tall, and you can see the draft section is so much bigger. So I believe that yeah, probably wasn't the most effective and robust system or hull, and they would actually raise the bulwarks here later in her career to protect a little bit more, and to add even more horse and livestock stalls up on this deck as well. So we have the main superstructure here in the middle. We have the bridge up here with a wheelhouse underneath, as well as the captain's room inside here. We have 4 lifeboats in total. They would add an additional 2 lifeboats on Nomadic and Tauric. So basically what you gotta know is Cufic, Runic, Nomadic and Tauric, and Naronic and Bovic. Those were 6 White Star livestock carriers built in the span of only a couple of years, so they got successively larger and they were redesigned a bit, but they were very similar. So I'm aiming for next week to upload Nomadic and Tauric, and then a week after that will be Naronic and Bovic, so we'll kind of compare how they look. But yeah, on Nomadic and Tauric they added 2 more lifeboats. They of course have 1 funnel. They have I believe 6 boilers, and yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. Let's check out the interior. There's only 1 deck of accommodations for crew. There were none below this deck. So we have the officers here. They're pretty nice cabins. They were noted as having very nice accommodations for the crew and the few passengers that they would take on. Here is the mess hall, the saloon, the dining room, where everyone ate at the same time. Just hear the horse. We have a pantry, and then we have a galley. We have the boarding doors on either side. Here is the purser, this bedroom. Oh, here's a cabin. I've forgotten to number these. I need to do that. And same here. Passengers on these ships, they were typically only cattlemen, or like they were traveling aboard to tend to the livestock that the ships would transport. But yeah, we have some cooks here, engineers, bath, and here are some engineers. And then as we cross here, we have the engine room. On the other side, we have some more engineers. Further forward, we have some more cabins. Then the engineers' mess, where they ate. And then a doctor inside here. It's a bunch of cabins spread out for passengers. Occasionally, there would be like regular passengers, like that wasn't like livestock tenders. That's very rare though. But it has been noted to have happened a few times. It would be quite cheap to travel aboard these, one would expect. Yeah. Lavatories for the crew here. We have some more crew quarters in the stern. We have the carpenter, the bosun or boatswain, seaman, fireman. You can check how these quarters look. They're very basic. Then in stern here we have the steering gear, where the ship was steered from. Well, not steered from here, it was steered from the bridge, but the steering engine was here. Then we have the capstan gear here as well. Hospital in the stern. Let's go to the bow again, because there are some more in the bow here. We have the ice house. Greasers, they would keep the boilers and engines lubricated. Carpenter shop, bosun and mate, engineers, and lamp room. Here is also another capstan and its gear, as well as the windlass gear to bring the anchors up and down. This also, I should note, the first ship in Whitestone to ever include this bow crane. Previously they had the lifeboat style davits on either side, one or two on both sides. But now they've switched this out to have this anchor crane instead, which is very interesting. And this would be a staple for most White Star ships after this. So let's head down one deck, shall we? We'll say hello to our Moo friends, shall we? Suddenly it's very loud down here. I don't know how loud it is for you guys, but I'm gonna turn it down a bit. Yeah, we have the livestock compartments. Now these could be taken on the deck below as well, but I've chosen to have this be cargo. I believe they could switch them out if need be. It was probably very portable, these ships, in how they were arranged in terms of the cargo. But I don't really have any evidence for where they would keep the different animals. Like I said, it's probably very portable, and it's from voyage to voyage what was demanded, basically. So I have the cows here in the bow. Then we have some horses. More horses. And we get to here. We have the engine, no, not the engine, the boiler casing. As you can see, we have a bunch of coal bunkers on the sides. These ships would travel quite long distances, and they would have needed a lot of coal, basically. So yeah, here are a bunch of piggies. Gotta love them, and then some more pigs in the stern here. And we have some stores in the very end of the stern. And then below that is basically just the cargo holds. Nothing much to say about that. So let's check out the boiler and engine rooms, shall we? We have a fiddly here going down that you could escape up from the bottom. Let's go down to the bottom here. We have the tank top. We have the coal bunkers in here. We have two regular double-ended boilers on the sides. Then we have two single-ended boilers in the middle. One of these would have likely been used as a donkey boiler, which basically means it would power the winches and machinery on deck when the ship was in port, so they wouldn't need to keep all the boilers on. And I believe it would have also powered all the electricity on the ship, so it's quite good system. This layout is based on the ones by Nyronic Archive. I'm gonna link his website in the description. It's been invaluable in building this, and of course the Nyronic itself I'm gonna release in the following weeks, so full credit to him. Couldn't have done this without his help, so many thanks for that. Yeah, let's head further aft here. Oh, actually, we need to take a look. Hope you didn't hear my phone then. Here is some refrigerating machinery as well. They would expand this on future ships, and the livestock carrier would essentially die out almost completely, because they would just have refrigerated ships instead, and they would actually transport just the meat instead of the live animals, because the animals were transported because you didn't need to cool the meat down because the meat was alive. That you can put that quote on my gravestone. Yeah, here is the engine room. There's actually a drawing of what is it? I think it was either Cufic or Runic's engine, so we know almost exactly how this looked. So that was pretty nice. Some gear on the sides. This is the electric engine, and we copied this from Teutonic, and also this one, the circulating pump. I've taken these from Teutonic. They were built around the same time, so it stands to reason that they would have been fairly similar in that regard. Although they probably maybe would have been a little bit smaller, but it's fine. Like I said before, machinery is not really my thing, so I do as nice as I can, but I don't strive to have perfect accuracy for these bases. Here's the thrust block to make sure the engine didn't vibrate the ship apart. And then we have the shaft tunnel for the propeller shaft here, going all the way back into the propeller. Cufic and Runic had one propeller, while Nomadic and Toric and Nomadic and Toric and then Nyronic and Bovik. There we go. Those four ships all had two propellers. So that's a big difference between them. Is there anything else? I'm not sure there is. Like, it's just cargo holds, the rest of the ship, and they're not very interesting. Like, this cargo hold could hold this much tons, that no one cares about that. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it. And here are the ships with full sail rigs as well, just so you know how that looks like. They had this, the forward mast had the square rigged sail configuration, and then they would have the stay sails on all the masts like this. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope you will enjoy the ships. There's not a lot to do on them. They're very simple ships, but I think they're cute, and I hope you enjoyed. So yeah, we'll see you in the next video or stream. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.